Hey, Tim here with Expert Power Wash. Today I have a really cool skid to show you. This is an 8-foot skid, has a GX 390 on it. I'll give you a full walkthrough and show you all the details of this cool little skid that we just built. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll give you a little preview of how our little store here in Portland, Oregon is starting to shape out. Show you some of the things that we're doing over there. Let's get right into it. Let's take a look. All right, here it is. 8-foot pressure washing skid. Here is a overview side shot of it. Let's go over here and start in the back, and then we'll get into all the details of this. We'll start up high here. Here's a locking surface cleaner rack. If you look in there, you can see a 19-inch Whisper Wash Classic. It does latch over here and lock. So I can get a shot up there. It just slides in there, it doesn't move around. There's actually even a little storage slot in the front of that. So if you have some extra hose or garden hose or pressure washer hose, whatever you want to store in there, you got a little spot to put it. It's out of the way. Something that I like to do with our skids here, you see how much space is on the back of this? It's not cluttered up with a bunch of unnecessary things. The layout of these skids are very, very important to us. It's taken us a long time to figure out where to put everything so you actually have a good part of your bed left. This is what I don't see on a lot of pressure washing skids. We'll go over here, and these tanks are 12 to 13 inches wide. So if you add that all up and then you come over here, you have roughly just under 2/3 of your bed still open here, and you can utilize this. You can still utilize your truck for anything else that you want to bring out to a job site. And again, it's all in the layout here. We got the side shelf. We have 1/4-inch thick aluminum plates here, along with the 1/4-inch square tube there. If you look on the other side, you can see it a little bit better on how these are welded up. And of course, there's plates down there too as well. The reason why we do that is because we like to put the pressure washer on the shelf here. This is a 390, 5.5 gallon a minute, 3,000 PSI. You get into some of the 690s, they're a little bit heavier. So this is way overbuilt for that, but you can upgrade and go to an 8 gallon a minute, and this shelf will still hold it. Going back over to the reels here, we'll just kind of do a walkthrough on what we have here. 18-inch, these are full frame aluminum reels with stainless steel manifolds. And what I'm talking about on the manifolds here is that little tube that runs through the middle. That's where your liquid's going to travel through if you have it plumbed in through the reel. If you do not have a stainless steel manifold, that's going to rust out, and then you're going to have all kinds of problems. This is for soft wash, got 200 feet, 1/2-inch soft wash hose. Get a closer shot there. This is the soft jet, really good stuff. Of course, we have our gun there with a quick connect. J-rod goes on the end. If you look at our soft wash hoses, we have crimped ends, so you don't see any hose clamps here or anything that's going to cause you future leaks. 200 feet of pressure washer hose with a ball valve on the end, and we always point our fittings male points forward. 18-inch reel. Same thing, full frame aluminum with a stainless steel manifold. We have a 12-inch reel over here, and this is 100 feet of 3/4-inch Flexilla hose. We really like this hose. Definitely prefer to the 3/4 over the 5/8. You're going to get a little bit better water flow. Anybody that's in this business or has been in this business for a little while knows that waiting on water is not something that we enjoy to do. So that's why we use the 3/4. I'll head back over this way. This could probably have its own full video walkthrough, but what this is the Flow Pro. It basically works as a bypass and also turns the soap on and off, and that is for downstreaming. Go on over here. Here is the box that controls that. You flip that switch, and this turns the soap on and off with a remote, of course. Here's the plumbing. You got 2 of the 3 tanks tied together. This is going to give you 200 gallons of water for your buffer tanks. The reason why we like to tie these in like this is it reduces the slosh. So we got water, and then bleach there in the last tank. We put the water tanks up front so you can see the levels when you're washing. You don't consume bleach as quickly as water. You can still see the levels of the bleach on the side of the truck when it's sitting in the bed there, but it's a lot easier just to be able to walk up to the skid and then quickly look in the back of the skid. You can see the water levels. Again, tied together there, you have a 1-inch drain. We like the bigger drain because if you don't want to carry water in your truck, you can quickly drain it. And then speaking of the drain here, you got really, really nice hose. If you look at this fitting here, this is crimped on. This is a brass fitting. These fittings right here alone are running about 15 to 20 bucks. The 1-inch brass Dixon fittings, and then you got a Schedule 80 1-inch ball valve there. Again, really nice hose. You can fill buckets, wash your hands, eye wash station. This is measured to, it'll pop out the back of the truck, out past the tailgate. See a lot of the plumbing going in up there. Of course, the Flow Pro box. I can get you some shot here of the top. There is that storage area. You can see the bottom plate of it. Roughly 6 inches depending, or 16 inches depending on the size of skid that you get of storage up there, 16 by 16. Over here, this whole downstream system, like I said, would probably be a great video in itself, but we put a lot of time, a lot of detail in how we have these things set up. This is the rinse valve. So when you're running soap and water, you can actually run water through your downstream injector. That rinses it out, prolongs the life of it, helps reduce breakdowns when you're on the job. If you have any questions about that, throw it down in the comments. Like I said, I may do another video just explaining that whole system to anybody that's curious how that works. Here is the box. This is something that we started doing on our skids. So you have a recharging system built in. There's the plug, waterproof. Let's open this up. This has a lot of the paperwork and remote for the Float Pro and the J-Rod, the nozzles. You can see it there. There's a NOCO onboard battery charger. Everything runs in clean when we get all the plastic out of the way. Rubber grommets. Of course, you got the marine battery. We put a lot of time into perfecting our plumbing. I got a bunch of videos. If you're interested, you want to look on the channel here about how to plumb these things up, what we use, but just a quick overview. Everything runs really clean. This is often where people have the biggest failures in their system is in the plumbing. We use Curitech polybraid hose air. We have uniseals, we have drop sticks, we have slotted PVC filters on the ends of these inside the tank. We have them positioned in such a way that they're not going to get in the way or cause any issues with anything else that's working with the system. So again, you got the two waters tied together, then of course the bleach back here, everything is labeled. You can see it clearly. Down over here to the soap tank, this is a 7-gallon soap tank. This is our 3/4 inch soft wash mixer. So this is a unit that we actually have custom built for us. We've tested a lot of these and done different configurations, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3/4. And with these 12-volt pumps, we've landed back at the 3/4. It seems to work the best and get us the most amount of distance. You see there's no 90s in that. It just runs straight in. So we have a little bit of a sweeping bend there, getting around to the back. This is another little detail that we put on our skids. This is a 3/4 inch rinse valve. So pointed that way is you're on bleach, and then down is water. So what that does, we have these detailed in other videos too, as well as if you guys want to look at our channel here, but this is your bleach part of your mixer. And by selecting this, you can either run water or bleach through that. Obviously, when you're all done running bleach through that, you'd run water through, and it just protects everything, washes everything out, takes all that corrosive cleaner bleach out of your lines and runs fresh, clean water. Here is the back side of the pressure washer. You can see what we've done here. We've put in 45s to flow this plumbing a little bit nicer. We got another 45 here. You want to be careful if you're watching this video and you're thinking about building something like this, that the parts and the fittings and the things that you put together are actually meant to be used for high pressure. I've seen these, I've seen brass, I've seen even steel, and if it's not rated 4,000, 5,000 PSI or more, you're possibly going to have issues. So these are fittings that are rated for 5,000 PSI plus, just simple hydraulic stuff you can get from a hydraulic shop, or find a reputable place online to order this stuff. But you definitely want to make sure that you have the right stuff when you start plumbing up your system. Stainless steel quick connects, like I said. If you have any failures, any hose bursts, or anything that happens, you can always go direct up to the pressure washer and avoid the whip line, avoid the hose reel, avoid the bypass. After running these things all kinds of different ways in our own service business, I think we've found the best way to run these. We still have crews that run these things every single day, 8 hours a day. Here is the front side. It's a little bit dark, but this is the 390 key start gear drive. I was showing you all the plumbing because it's so important to us, but let me tell you a little bit more about this machine. This is the gearbox and the pump. I'll show you here what we're running. This is the B18, and then this is the General TSS 1021. We're getting 5.5 gallons a minute, 3,000 PSI out of this. What this gear drive does, so this, I often get people that say, is this a direct drive? It is not. So it works similar to a belt system, but this gearbox right here goes in between the pump and the motor and reduces the wear and tear. So anything commercial, you want to see either a gearbox or a belt drive. You wouldn't want to see that pump bolted directly up to the motor here. It's just going to wear out. It's not going to last as long. If I can get a shot here of the back of our soft wash system. Got a Remco pump, 7 gallons a minute, 100 PSI. These pumps have been absolutely amazing for getting more distance, shooting further, covering more roof or walls or whatever you're spraying, using these pumps to spray with. Got a heavy duty on and off switch over there. This is waterproof. This is a very expensive switch. You don't see a lot of people using these because they're about 59 bucks a piece. So we like them. We use them on our own trucks, and I decided that if we're gonna build a skid, we're gonna build it right, and we're gonna continue to use that switch. All the wiring on here is USA made wiring. It's thicker material. It conducts better. There's all kinds of research you can do with wiring. You can buy junk wire, and it is not a pure wire strand that's running. It has all different types of materials, and it doesn't conduct as well. So it's another thing that we wanted to do here. You can see this is one of our custom wires there, 6 gauge. This is 3M heat shrink. When we put these things together, we've kind of solved a lot of the issues that we've had in the beginning and different failures and break points, and took all that knowledge and put together a product that I think runs pretty well. It's not that these things will never break down, but there is a way that you can build them to minimize those breakdowns, and I think we've done that. So if you have any questions about this pressure washing skid, throw it down in the comments below. I'm gonna have links for our website, pressurewashingskids.com. You can get on there, you can look at all the options that we have. We have ultimate minis, we have regular minis, we have 6.5 foot skids, all different kind of configurations, whatever you're putting it on. We've done flatbed builds, all kinds of things. All right, as promised, I'm gonna show you our little store and just give you a quick spin around. Let's take a look at that. Alrighty, if you're local to us, we do have a small little pressure washing store. We like to keep some whisper washes in stock. Got one there and the 16 there. We love our whisper washes. Got a little big guy. We got some Tucker window cleaning equipment, 7-gallon soap tanks, guns. I could get into all the details of everything that we have here, but the video would be tremendously long. A bunch of bypasses, surface cleaner bars, M5s, all kinds of unloaders of different types. More Flow Pros there, risers. We have a couple different pressure washers currently. Some AR-45s, another one of those 390s, then of course a Gear Drive 690. Pretty decent selection of chemicals. We could have a lot more, but I don't like to sell anything that we don't use or trust or anything that hasn't been vetted by us. Bunch of hose reels up there. These are just display models. We have a bunch in our bins, so if you're needing hose reels, either manuals or electrics, we do have those. Then going on over here to this wall, looks like we've sold some stuff up there. But here's a closer look at those pumps. So these are 5.3 gallons per minute. So it looks like we had the 7s there and they sold. Those go pretty quick. And then over here we have some more of those mixers. These are the custom built ones. So this isn't ones that are on the Midwest website. These are ones that we have custom built for us. Filters, all kinds of stuff here. Those NOCO battery chargers, we love them. We got them in our shop, we sell them. Metering valves, manifold block, and then of course we have lots more pumps there. Bunch of different parts and fittings. We only sell stainless couplers, no brass, no steel. In-house soap here, Apple Suds. This is what we use on our trucks, and we sell it by either the gallon container back there or the 5-gallon container. We love our F9, got some Fierce Jet stuff up, and then we have some banjo fittings and whatnot there behind the door. But yeah, that's our store. You could stop in, or you can order online, pressurewashingskids.com. Everything that we have here in the store, unless it's something large, should be on the website and available for shipping. If you have any questions, again, our contact information will be down below. Give us a call, get a hold of us on pressurewashingskids.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day.